Hi everyone, Code Arcade here. I build projects focused on Python automation, data engineering, backend development, and AI-powered applications. Having worked in laboratory environments, I've seen how important it is to keep track of samples, testing workflows, approvals, and documentation. So I built TraceSure, a lightweight laboratory information management systems, or LIMS, designed to demonstrate how these types of laboratory workflows can be managed through modern full-stack application. The project is designed around workflows such as sample management, result entry, deviation tracking, approval workflows, audit history, and role-based access control. The complete source code will be available on GitHub, and I will include the repository in the link of the description below if you would like to fork the project for yourself. So before we get started here, let me switch to this view so it's easy. So in the root of the folder, in the project root, you just run this command, app.ps1. This project, I use Windows, so the script is Windows command. This script right here is a Windows command, run app.ps1. That basically just gets the server started for you. If you use Mac or Linux, you have to convert this file to the appropriate operating system. Okay, this happens sometimes where it doesn't start. The backend takes way too long to get started, so you just run it again, and then it usually loads right up. Yeah, right there. And then there we go. So let me close these out. So before we get started here, I need to get a couple of things started. I need to first make a bunch of accounts. I mean, maybe it probably would have been more efficient if I just made the accounts earlier, but this makes it a lot easier to show the role-based management system. I think this was password. Take a second to finish this up. Register. To register. Let's register more apps here. Alright, so now that we have our accounts registered, before we log in, first we need to go into Postgres to run a couple commands and set our admin role. So we just run this command right here in Postgres to log us in to Docker, and then we just do /dt to view the tables. So we just need to select all from users, and then we get all the users we literally just created. As you can see, the password is hashed, so you can't really see what the password that the user entered was. But let's get our admin role set up, and the person we chose for admin is Elena Vasquez. So we gotta before we get started here, let me turn off pager so that we're not pressing Q after every command. So command is /pset pager off. This turns off pager so we don't have to press Q every single time. And then do select all from users. So now we're back to the full user page. So on here, I just need to find update for the correct command. So update users. So we're going to update the table users. Set. We need to set, not email. We need to set the role. So we need to set role equals admin. I think this is what I initially went with, right? Let me check. Let me check before I actually do anything. Not this one. Wait, actually it'll be post, yeah, users. Post users, I need to check. Wait, where did I put this file? Oh, there it is. Row assignment. So yeah, it is spelled like this. Admin. ADMIN. Okay. Then we go back to yeah, the correct spelling is important because there's a lot of things that actually require to be spelled. A lot of logic down the road that requires it to be set correctly. Have the name admin spelled that specific way. So where username equals, what's her name? Elena Vasquez, I think. Elena Vasquez. Okay, and then we can just do /dt. Oh, select all from users. So now we can see Elena Vasquez is now admin, which is good. So let's log in here. Check. Okay. So Elena Vasquez here. Let me see what her password was. I just gotta go to users, and her password is this. So we put this in and then we log in. So when we log in, this is what the admin page looks like. The admin page has way more options than any of the other users do. So before we do anything, we need to set roles. As we can see every single person who is in here. Elena Vasquez is now admin, and we can see that they're all active. So first we need to do is okay, so Marcus Lewis stays technician. We need to convert Priman Raman into Priya Raman into a manager. So let's do that. Priya Raman needs to become manager, assign role. Okay, so now he's that. And the next person is Daniel Okfolo, needs to be QA. Oh, yeah, the page automatically refreshes, so I gotta be a little bit fast if I want to get as much. Wait, what was he supposed to be? Supposed to be QA. So, wait, Sophia Martinez? I think she's the supervisor, right? Yeah, she is the supervisor. Supervisor. Then let's see. Marcus supposed to be that. I think this guy is QA. Let me double check. Daniel Follow is QA. Yep. Assign. Okay, so let me wait for this to refresh real quick. Okay. technician, admin, management, supervisor, role. Okay, so we have everyone set. Now, if we go to select all from users, we can see that the roles match. Elena Vasquez as admin, this guy, Raman as manager, Martinez as supervisor, and Okafar as QA. So now we have everyone done. We just log out of the admin page and then we log into our technician to get started. So let's get started here with Louis Liu as our technician. All right. No. So as you can see, the sidebar is a lot smaller for the technician. So let's just get started. Also, there's no testing or anything, so the dashboard is completely empty. So let's create a sample. I did a couple of test cases, but let's do 3 tests for test 1. We can also add tests. So if we look up test 1 that we just created, you can see we did the 3 tests, which is identification. We can add a 4th test. Oh, yeah, these options show up anyway, but if you try and select an already existing test, it won't let you make it. See, it already exists, so you can't make it. But yeah, as long as it's a new option, it will let you add additional tests. And if you search it again, as you can see, it's added. So let's go to sample testing, and let's just get some testing done. So let's say this one is 1, this one is 100, this one just needs to be above 80. Let's say 75, right? This one needs to be up, let's say 14 and 0.1. All right, so we submitted the first result. That's done. I should really not type all of them in. Submit the second result. So the third result, we want it to be 75. Okay, so we submitted a test that technically fails, and as you can see, it states that it's out of specification, so it'll open a deviation for us. Let's go with 14. That one also passes, no problem, and the purity will just go with 0.1. And yep, that is good. Also, we can modify the tests if we want. We can modify it by, let's say, 0.15. Here, submit modification. It wants us reasoning. Initial result was off by 1 value. 1 value. Let's just go with that for a reason. So it's submitted now. All of these are logged. All corrections are logged. So if I go to /DT, we can check correction logs. Select all from correction logs. And as you can see, there it is. The old value was 0.1, and then I changed it to 0.15. So yeah, it is logged and timestamped as well with the date. And the reason explanation is also there. But yeah, so let's just continue on. Let's keep marching on. So this is done. Sample review. For review, it does not let you. Yeah, you can't review your own tasks, so you can't review or really pretty much do anything if you did the testing. So we're done with Marcus Liu. Let's log in. Since I don't have a second technician saved here, we'll just use Elena Vasquez as our reviewer here. Just use her as our lovely reviewer here. So Elena goes in, looks at the reviews. Again, as you can see, admin has way more permissions. Let's say Elena decides to approve it. All of these. Now, you can see that there is a reject option here. All the reject does is it sends it back. But since this is just pure result entry, we're not going to play around with reject, at least. Well, I guess I can just do one, right? So we rejected this. It'll go back. So if you go back to sample testing, it's still, I think it's still going to be here. Well, sample testing will still look the same, but yeah, okay, yeah, it's still gonna look the same. We're just gonna approve the next one. I think it just, I didn't build the full logic for it, so yeah, I'm not sure what happens when you reject it. Well, I did not finish the rejection logic because I didn't expect to reject anything. Or at least there isn't really much testing to be done. But let's move on to supervisor. We need to then log on to as a supervisor so we can fix our deviation here. Let's log in. So as we can see, we see that we passed 4, but only 1 failed. So let's go to our sample deviation. Sample draft is empty. Deviation draft is empty. So let's just create a deviation form for it. So let's say today it happened. We reported it today. The department is quality control site. I have these pre-saved ones. So this one was out of specification. Let's say medium. Yeah, we can go with medium or high. Description is the solution. So we can just say this solution test is out of a specification. Then for details, let's just say test details. This is just for a trial run. Whoops. Details, trial run, sample prep. Yeah, we can go with sample prep. It's a lot easier to deal with. And as you can see, my saved value, the SOP number, TMM 1001, L11. We say it's a raw material we're testing. This is the only sample impacted. Batch release will be no. Let's say we'll just go with currently unknown just for speed here. Currently unknown. We stopped testing. Action taken. This date is off. We'll just go with today, which is the 4th. Performed by Elena Vasquez is not true. I think this test was performed by Marcus Liu. So let me copy his name down. Okay. Was testing repeated? No. There's nothing to reference. Acquired. Yes, let's investigate. Investigation assigned to. We will assign it to. We can assign it to Elena Vasquez, I guess. Alright, we can just. Well, let's just say for convenience, we'll just assign it to ourselves. This account, Sofia Martinez. Creation start date. Let's just say today. It ends next week. Root causes. Potential root causes could be human error. And let's just go with NA for now. Just since this is a demo, kappa required, we say no for kappa required. We don't need to fill any of these fields out. Check required, no. And then we'll put the batch on hold. Looks pretty good. Oh, let me not keep this PR number here. The code automatically generates us a PR number, so we don't need that field filed. So we can just either save it. Okay. So now it's saved. We have, as you can see, this is our deviation form. It's all presented to us here. Sample deviation. Now we can submit it. All right, let's just do a quick submission. Now it's submitted. It's no longer in our drafts. Let's log out. So now to be able to do this, we need to log in as manager. Oh, sorry. We need to log in as manager. Wait, is it? Yeah, we just need to log in as manager because manager is the only person with the permission to view deviations. So the manager can approve the deviation. So essentially what happens is I can either approve or reject it. If I reject it, it'll send the document back and it can be revised. But just for speed, and this is a demo, we would just approve it and we can move on. So now that it's approved, we have nothing. We have nothing here. But if I had rejected it, again, it will go into drafts. It will move back into drafts and we can just modify the document and then try and submit it again. And then we can go back and forth until the document is done. But let's move on. Next, now that it's approved, we have to go back to Sophia Martinez here because the document was assigned to her. So since the deviation was assigned to her, she has the ability to retest it now that it has been approved. So she retested it and got a result of 85. So she submits this, and that is it. The testing deviation is done. As you can see, there's no more sample deviations. And if we check, sample testing will always be full. Sample review only has one. I guess it's the one that had the deviation. Okay, so now we just need to review this real quick. So now we need another person to review it. So we'll just use our Elena Vasquez here to review the LIMS. Okay, so Elena logs in, goes to sample review, views the testing, approves it, done. I wonder what happened to the other testing. Oh, there it is. Oh, I guess I can review all of them. Oh yeah, she already reviewed it. I completely forgot that I already reviewed these in advance. I was like confused. I was like, where did it go? Alright. So now we need to log in as manager to approve it. Again, it's role locked. So if Elena, I could have shown Elena can't review something, can't approve something she reviewed. So since she can't approve something she reviewed, we have to come in here to approve it. So our manager needs to approve it. Again, if I reject it, it will send it back to the review stage again. But again, just for speed, we can approve it. And we can check no deviation form. There's no deviation. No deviation. If you remember, this one is the one that had the deviation, and I can view the form for it. So I can just look over the form again, and I can either, if I don't like anything in the form, I can reject it. But again, just for a demo purposes and not to keep this video too long, we will just approve all of these. Boom. And that is and now this is approved. So now that it's approved, it's done by the manager. We need QA to come in and review it. So we need QA to look at this. Log in. Okay, so here's QA. QA's bar is even smaller. But yeah, there we go. QA can now look and approve the tests. So QA can either approve or reject it. If I reject it, it sends it back to management approval. Then management approval page. This is a demo project, so I didn't build up too many features. I just try to build the minimum viable feature. So we would just approve these for a quick review here. And voila. Then after you approve it, all the samples are released. And again, this one has the deviation form, so I can view it. And this is available to any role. None of these have the form, so you can kind of see the full testing thing. And just to show that it is, the sample completion is available to all roles, I will just log in as the base technician to demonstrate this. And voila, see, you can also view everything. And you can also check out the deviation form. There you go. So yeah, that's a basic LIMS software. Very, very basic. Not really very much going on besides the simple. Very simple page here. Let me switch back to just VS Code view. But yeah, if you guys, if you're interested in a project, once again, the link is in the description below. You can explore the source code, you can fork it, you can also run it. The source code, it does require Docker installed in order for you to run this, so you need the Docker installation instructions to download it from the web. Again, you can just use any source, any language model to find the download instructions for Docker. This one, compared to the other projects, isn't that really setup heavy. All you need is Docker set up correctly, and then I think you also need to change. Yeah, you just need to change this if you don't use Windows. If you don't use Windows, you just need to change the run script. And I think you might have to also look up what the script, the run command, the terminal command is for non-Windows. But once you do that, the setup once again is super, super easy. Oh wait, let me actually show my screen one more time. Sorry, for the display caption. Yeah, so yeah, to close out of the program, first I gotta make sure I log out of here so that it clears out local storage for me. But yeah, to close out a program, you just hit Control-C. This is a fixed server, a fixed file, so it doesn't really change. This isn't in Postgres. This is just straight vanilla JS with just Rust serving up the files. So yeah, this stays up, but as you can see, the containers closed, and this is what Docker looks like. No containers are running at the moment. So yeah, that's pretty much it for my LIMS software here. And that's it for my LIMS software here. If you guys are interested, you can either fork the code yourself, or you can feel free to leave a comment in the description below. If you're interested in any Python automation, data cleaning, API development, backend systems, or reporting pipelines, subscribe. Hit the subscription button below. And thanks for watching. I will see you guys in the next one.